welcome to another movie reviews video. I make movie reviews here every Sunday, and the rest of the week on my channel I make bookish content. I will always leave timestamps to the movies that I'm going to talk about in the description box, so if there's a specific movie you would like to hear my thoughts on, you can scroll along to that time. I'm also going to give you a very little insight into Oscar movies at the end of the video as well this week. So the first film that I saw in cinemas this week was To Kill a Mockingbird. We are attempting to watch all of the IMDb top 100 films. I'm going to make a video talking about this one separately, so I will just leave it at that in terms of explanation. And To Kill a Mockingbird was playing at the Alamo this week, which is a dine-in movie theatre, and they sometimes have classic movies or cult movies showing. I'd been reading the book in preparation for watching the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. Obviously it doesn't go into as much detail as the book does, but it generally covers the book kind of to the point, event for event. A couple of things happen in a slightly different order, and a couple of the things, as I say, we just don't get as much detail about, but we still get the event. I enjoyed watching Gregory Peck on the big screen. I'd not read the book or seen the film before doing either this past weekend. If you would like me to make a book versus movie video on this one, then I would be happy to. It's kind of hard to imagine that society was like that, and that could have happened in my head, but then I look at the news and I look at events and I'm like, you know, that could maybe happen now as well. So there's that side of it. I'm not going to go into the synopsis because I'm sure that most people out there have either read the book or watched the film, unlike me. But yeah, it was good and I enjoyed the experience, and I am glad I have now seen it. The second film that I watched in movie theatres this week was a rewatch of Mary Poppins. You may remember from me talking about this before that I wasn't the biggest fan of it, so I thought I would go and give it a rewatch. We went to see it on my birthday, and I don't know if that put kind of extra pressure on it for me, but when I was feeling in the mood for watching something kind of comforting, but I wanted to definitely see something in the movie theatres, I went for this one, so that's got to be a good sign. I enjoyed seeing the songs again, being more familiar with the songs and sort of going into it, because one of the great things about watching a Disney movie for the second, third, 10th, 50th, 100th time is that you know the songs and you can kind of sing along in your head or with your mouth, not in the movie theatre. It was quite quiet. And so that kind of did happen for me the second time around. I still have the very similar kind of issues with it that I had before. I'll leave the video of me talking about it last time up here. But yeah, I obviously liked it enough that I went to go and see it again. I also always find it interesting seeing something in one country and then seeing it in another country and seeing if there's any difference, especially when it's a British film, seeing it in the UK versus seeing it in the US, and vice versa to some extent. But yeah, it was nice, and like I say, I was in the mood for something kind of a children's film, something comforting, something Disney-like, and I was like, I'll just go and see Mary Poppins again. Why not? And then the third film I saw was Roma. I finally saw Roma because it was the only one of the Oscar-nominated best films that I hadn't seen yet. And I know it is on Netflix, but it has been released in some movie theatres as well for Oscar season since the Oscar nominations, and it was in movie theatres before as well. So, yeah, it wasn't my thing. It just, I watched it all and it made me cry, but I didn't feel kind of entertained, and I didn't feel that sense of escapism that I kind of go to the movie theatres to experience, or I put a Disney film on to experience. I'm not taking anything away from whether it's a good movie or whether it's a well-directed movie or the acting performances. I'll kind of discuss those in more detail when I come to make my Oscars videos. But yeah, it just wasn't my thing. It wasn't for me. My personal preference is that I just didn't enjoy it that much. It's a very quiet film. It's obviously, I watched it with subtitles. It's in black and white. So if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, then it'll definitely be up your street. It follows Cleo and her journey and her life living with this family that she is a home help to. The parents and the kids, and yeah, I find her journey to be very sad, and yeah, it just didn't kind of take me away in the way that I want from a movie. So that's just, again, my personal preference. But having seen Roma now ticks off a lot of the categories in the Oscar nominations. This is my sheet with my highlights that I hadn't seen. So in terms of movie reviews, we are now at the point where we finish movie reviews. So if you are leaving us here, thank you very much for watching. I will see you with my February TBR video tomorrow or my movie reviews video next week. If you are sticking around, I just wanted to sort of tell you which films I still needed to see and how I will be talking about the Oscar nominations in videos leading up to the Oscars. So as I mentioned, I've now seen all of the Best Picture nominees, and I have seen all of the supporting actors and actresses. I have 2 films left to watch in the animated feature category, and 1 film left to watch in the original screenplay category. I've seen everything in the film editing category. I have 1 film left to see in the adapted screenplay. I've seen everything in sound editing. And I have 1 film left to see in the visual effects. In terms of foreign language film, I have only seen 1 so far, so I'm working on seeing those other ones so that I can talk about that. Production design and sound editing, I've seen them all. I need to see the short films, but one of the movie theatres near me does show the shorts, so I'm hoping to be able to catch that. And then I've seen original score. I just need to see Isle of Dogs, but that Isle of Dogs, it sounds like I'm saying I love dogs. And then 1 to see in costume design. I've seen sound mixing, and I need to, I think there's 1 film I need to see, so I've seen all the original songs. So when I talk about these in different videos, I'm going to be doing 1 video about the Best Picture, 1, and I will probably include director in that. 1 video about actors and actresses, because I think I can cover them all. 1 video about what am I saying? 1 video about the animated and the documentary. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to see everything in the documentary category because a couple of them seem to be quite hard to find. I might include foreign language in that one, and then I'll do 1 on like sound and special effects as well, because I think that will break it down. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to do these as weekday videos leading up to the Oscars, or if you want them as kind of bonus weekend videos. I don't mind, however it's going to work. I would like some input. So yeah, so I need to see The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Cold War, Isle of Dogs, The Wife. How have I not seen The Wife yet? First Reformed, and then I've got Of Fathers and Sons, Shoplifters, Never Look Away, which I think are all from the foreign films category. Oh yeah, Capernaum also. So yeah, I will try my best to see the remaining ones of these. Roma was on my list, but I've seen it now, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is on Netflix. I have the DVD of First Reformed, sorry, the Blu-ray, and Isle of Dogs, and I know that The Wife is now in the red box. I also need to see At Eternity's Gate, but I didn't write it down. But yes. So as I say, let me know in the comments if you have a preference, if you've made it this far. Definitely just leave me a comment. Let me know that you've made it this far, me rambling on about Oscar nominations. I will be back with my February TBR tomorrow. So make sure you are subscribed so that lands in your subscription feed, and I will be back with more movie videos for you next weekend. And yes, thank you very much for watching. See you tomorrow.